What if your customers are trying to find your business online, but instead of finding you, they find your competitors? Now, more than ever, it's time to make sure you have the right SEO to make your business stand out online. Welcome to Go Mind Your Business with Terry Bork, presented by Extreme Marketing Concepts, putting your business in front of the hungry herd of buyers who are looking for you right now. Extreme Marketing Concepts, helping you drive more traffic, dominate the market, and crush your competition. And now, here's Terry.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Go Mind Your Business. My name is Terry Bork, and I'm very excited because today I have a very special guest, a great friend of mine, Paula Bonnell. Paula, welcome to our show today.
Thank you so much, Terry.
Yeah, it's great to have you. Paula's got some great stuff she's going to share with us today. I want to thank you for listening to Go Mind Your Business on All Your Business Radio, sponsored by Extreme Marketing Concepts. All of Your Business Radio is proud to be a part of the TalkWad Network. Feel free to check out their other shows by going to the network at www.talkwad.com. So again, my name is Terry Bork, and Paula Bonnell is my special guest. Paula is the president of Aslite Enterprises. She's a native of New England, and she now resides here in Tampa, where she continues to write inspirational and motivational essays from which all of Aslite's clear intention cards sentiments are delivered. Her essays have been published in magazines over the last 12 years, both in the United States and in Canada. Paula also takes photographs as she travels throughout the world to capture feelings that her sentiments create. In addition to running Aslite, Paula is a senior director consultant in West Central Florida with BNI, which is the largest referral organization. Paula's background in is analytical, including contributions in the market, manufacturing, banking, publishing, and healthcare industries. She has her bachelor's degree and a MBA from Northeastern University in Boston, and she feels that Aslite is the perfect blend of head and heart. Again, welcome to our show today, Paula. I'm so excited to have you.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate you having me on.
Oh, no worries. So greeting cards is something that matters to you. So how did you actually get started in the motivational essays and these clear intention cards that you create for people?
Got it. Well, it actually started a long time ago, unintentionally.
Got it.
I was about 5 years old. I was playing with a little boy in my kindergarten class, shared a couple of blocks with him. And he promptly took one of those blocks and threw it at me and hit me in the head.
Oh, my gosh.
I decided at that point that sharing was not something that I was interested in doing. So I basically clammed up for the next, couple decades.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
But as things progressed, I became a debate team captain on my high school debate team. And then really the pivot point for me to actually understand how powerful sharing could be was I was about 27 years old working in manufacturing. I was working in a semiconductor manufacturing plant in Boston.
Got it.
And I met a coworker, and for the first time, he was asking me, how do you feel about things? What do you think about things? And all of a sudden, those 20 years of silence started to open up, and he created a space for me to feel really valuable.
Got it.
And I wanted to empower other people to feel valuable and to share that value with other people. So I started writing, and the next thing I knew, I had a company going.
Oh, that's fantastic. And you came up with the name of Aslite Enterprises.
Yep.
Does that stand for anything?
Basically, it's a combination of I wanted to start my company with an A. I'd be up front in the phone book.
Got it. Okay.
And I wanted to represent what the writing was all about. And really, it's an offering of light to people. And so light was L-I-G-H-T was taken. So I truncated it to L-I-T-E.
Okay, great. If you're just joining us, this is Go Mind Your Business on All Your Business Radio, part of the TalkWad.com network. My special guest today is Paula Bonnell, and she is talking about Aslite Enterprises. Aslite is spelled Aslite. Aslite. If you'd like more information about Aslite, you can visit their website by going to www.aslite.com, or you can reach Paula directly by calling 352-586-1626. So you're very analytical, Paula. So, but how did you end up taking photographs for a living?
That was a pure accident.
Okay.
Basically, I grew up with the premise of, work hard, get a good job,
Mhm.
and be marketable.
Got it.
And in my family, marketable was analytical. So
Okay.
I've been in manufacturing, I've been in banking, I've been in a lot of, number crunching positions. But my heart really is in the writing.
Okay.
And incidentally, as I would go visit these different places, I'd have I want to capture a few thoughts,
Mhm.
and then things in places that you don't usually go. I mean, they're beautiful, they're unusual, and I started taking pictures.
Mhm.
And really, the picture part of the Aslite cards is a new manifestation. What they were postcards with a sentiment on the back.
Right.
But I wanted to add the context and the richness that photographs actually bring.
Mhm.
So I combined the photographs that have been taken for the last 30 years
Right.
with some of the sentiments.
Oh, that's beautiful. Now, are you finding that you're able to really capture what the intent of the card is all about simply by whatever mood is in the picture itself? Are your clients or customers finding that they're able to be like, with the picture just helped enhance this whole experience for me?
Absolutely. Because sometimes people are visual and
Uh-huh.
they the vision, the picture speaks to them.
Mhm.
Sometimes they're more, intellectual, if you will.
Okay.
So it's the words that are important. But when you marry the two, it's incredibly powerful.
Okay, great. Now, are there different types of pictures that you find go with certain moods?
It's not necessarily a mood thing. It's more of an opening.
Okay.
Pictures that expand your thinking, pictures that expand your feeling. Those are the things that I look for when I take pictures because
Mhm.
that's what speaks to me.
Okay.
And then the sentiments actually offer an overlay on okay, I'm expanded. Now, is there something that I want to say with that expansion?
Okay, got it.
Because on the website, we have cards matched up with particular sentiments. But if
Mhm.
you're finding that a specific picture speaks to you with a different sentiment, that's available too.
Okay,
You
so
can
it's
mix
a
and
mix and
match.
match type
Absolutely.
situation. Okay. And it's kind of hard to show them on air, but Paula actually has some cards that she brought with her today, and this is a beautiful picture. I don't know if you can see it of the Grand Canyon outside, and so when you took this picture of the Grand Canyon, do you have an emotion that was attached to this picture when you took it? It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a beautiful picture of the landscaping and the way that the I guess the water over time caused the canyon to create. It's got the different colors in there. Tell us about what you were feeling when you snapped it.
Typically, the pictures I take, especially the major landscape pictures, I'm usually inspired on
Mhm.
some level. It's awe-inspiring. It's something that is completely outside of my experience.
Uh-huh.
And it's something that, it stops you in your tracks.
Okay.
And you sit there and you say, wow, look at that. Look at that.
Sure, sure.
Those are the sorts of things that attract me. And
Uh-huh.
those are the things that I try and take pictures of.
I got that. And then inside, it's got a beautiful verse written by you, and then there's an opportunity for somebody to put their own message. Now, are your cards, that you have a little message that can speak your message, and then give people the opportunity to write their own, or are there cards that really all your message is what's needed?
Actually, that's the intention around clear intentions is we start it, you finish it.
Got it.
So we create the initial share,
Mhm.
and that hopefully will inspire you to speak your heart to the people that you want to speak to, and it will be received that way.
Oh, that's terrific. So, so it's good. So, if this card is what I'm looking at and I'm inspired to send this to you because something about it touched me and I want to share it with you. It's got a beautiful message inside, and then I can just write the rest of it.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay. That's great. And all the pictures that come in like a gift card set are different. Do you sell them in like packaged in a way?
On the website, you can actually order quantities
I see.
of individual pictures. So there are no sets per se. You can
Got it.
create your own sets, if you will.
Okay.
But yeah,
Oh,
they're
that
sold
makes sense.
individually.
I understand that now. Okay, terrific. Now, if somebody wanted a card, do they send you what they want to say inside, and do you put that in there, or do you send them their card and then they can go and create their own message?
That is a great question. Now, what we do at Aslite is we actually provide the cards, and you actually will fill the sentiment, because there's an energy that translates when the person that wants to actually speak is writing the specific message.
Uh-huh.
So for us to do it, it would not be the same impact.
Got it. Okay. Well, that makes terrific sense. My name is Terry Borg with Extreme Marketing Concepts. And what we do is we help people leverage online media to get their message out to more people with less effort and more profit. My special guest today on Go Mind Your Business is Paula Bonnell with Aslite Enterprises, who also gets her message out to more people to capture a moment in time that they want to share with their customers is really what I'm getting from our conversation.
Absolutely.
That's fabulous. So let's talk about on a personal level with using the cards. I guess having a nice some on hand for whatever the occasion could be really helpful to somebody, because when they're having that moment, this instant, maybe having a place to grab a card that really can capture that is a great thing for folks to have on hand.
Absolutely. My intention is to actually market these business to business.
Business to business, okay.
But certainly there are plenty of personal applications for that.
Okay, great. So let's talk about that then. Let's shift over to business if we can. From a business's perspective, what's really the purpose of sending a card?
Oh, great question. Really, the intention around sending a card is typically to build a relationship, either to build a relationship or to strengthen an existing relationship with a client, customer,
Okay.
patient.
Okay, got that. Okay, so is there a specific component of an effective card?
Absolutely. You see a lot of different cards out there. Sometimes people tend to blur the intention.
Okay.
And it's incredibly important to have a specific intention when you're sending cards out. And you want to have one primary intention. So, for example, if you were looking to build a relationship, continue to build a relationship with your client base, and you wanted to send out a card, just, I'm here, I'm thinking of you.
Uh-huh.
There are two components that are really important to put in that card. First is be genuine with whatever it is you're writing in there.
Okay.
If you're just putting in a, hey, or you're just putting in a signature, there's nothing that translates.
Sure.
So you want to actually, you want to actually be genuine with whatever you're saying. And you also want to be specific.
Okay.
As opposed to, best wishes for the holidays, sign your name. Well, that's nice, but it doesn't speak to me as a specific customer.
Okay.
So part of our job, if you will, as business owners in supporting our client base is to actually get to know these people on an individual basis. It doesn't have to be a life history, but just a few little tidbits, so that when you're addressing cards and you're acknowledging them, you've got something to acknowledge.
I got that. Okay. So, and I guess, acknowledging how they're adding value for you is probably a really good thing to share from a business owner to a business owner, or a new contact that you just met, or
Fabulous
something.
idea. Absolutely.
I got that. Okay. Well, a lot of us have clients, and we have, more than a handful. A lot of us have 500 clients or more. How can, writing, sometimes, writing a message to 500 or 1,000, how's a good way to balance that and leverage all that? So
That's a great question. I get that question a lot. I've
So-
got too large a client base. I can't possibly write individual notes to everybody.
Got that.
Totally get that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of different ways you can approach that. In manufacturing, this is where I first got introduced to it, but it's certainly a common term. It's the 80-20 rule, where 80% of your business typically comes from 20% of your clients.
Sure.
So you can start with that 20% that generate 80% of your business and get specific with those people. Write those cards initially.
Okay.
But really, when you start to break it down, if you have 500 clients and you're maybe sending out 5 or 10 cards a week, it doesn't take too long to actually get through those 500 clients.
Okay.
So it's really about, breaking it down into manageable chunks so that you can get specific and intentional around each card that you're sending, but you're not sitting in front of 500 cards, like some people do with their, holiday
with Christmas
cards. Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Right. Yeah. I spent Halloween doing that. That's what I do while I'm waiting for the kids.
There you go.
Okay. So I really, really get that. And, I, as an individual, really enjoy the people that I choose to work with and partner with on a day-to-day basis in doing my business. So really being acknowledged for how I impact them or what I've done to touch, move, and inspire them, it just drives it such a different meaning to me at a holiday or at any time of the year receiving it than just some generic card with a signature. So I could see how that could be just a great thing. I wouldn't throw that away. I don't throw those kind of cards away. Whereas sometimes with the Christmas cards, I like to cut them up and use the pretty pictures on the front for other purposes. I used to decorate my Christmas tree with, pretty things or use them as to and from labels or something on my packages. But holding on to something, if I added value to another person and they acknowledge that, I'm going to hold on to that card.
I think it was President Roosevelt that said, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Got it.
And if you can translate that care, and again, it doesn't have to be monumental, just something specific about the person that you're writing to, whether it's about them, the value they add, even something about their family. They may talk about that or a passion that they have. All you need to do is include that in the couple of sentence note that you put in there, and they become a non-number,
right?
And they actually become real as a relational component of your business.
I got that. Okay. One of the things, I guess, there's so many opportunities to do different things in this age of the internet. So, can you talk to us about, how do you decide is a printed card or a digital card appropriate?
That's a great question too. Any touch is a good touch.
Okay.
And I would never discourage anybody from doing whatever it is they can. But if you really want to be effective, think about how many handwritten cards you've received over the last, 6 months. Can you put a number to that?
3.
A very specific number.
Well, you're asking me, and I'm thinking about it while we're talking, and I know I've gotten 3.
Okay.
And it was thank you, or, I loved getting together with you and seeing whatever opportunity was there for that person at the time. And another one was a great to meet you. I really enjoyed our time together.
Got it. You remember very specifically,
Very specifically
how many you got, from whom you got it, and even the content.
Right.
Most people do, because written cards are not typical.
Got it.
And especially if you do a well conceived written card, it's memorable. And that's the whole point, especially business to business. If you're trying to generate referrals from your existing customer base, you need to be memorable. It's not just enough these days to be a good business professional. You're expected to provide good quality service, product, or service. It's that, what else is there for me? Why should I choose you over somebody else? And if you're actually going to that extra little effort to make a personal contact with someone, the loyalty that generates is amazing.
Yeah.
And it distinguishes you because, again, 6 months, you're on the radio, you're widely networked, and yet those 3 you remember.
I do, yeah. And the number of people I think that we touch on a daily basis is much more, obviously much more than 3. So, especially over a 6-month period, if we were only touching 3 in 6 months, that's not very good business. That would be very scary, actually. Might be looking for something other than go mind your business. Might be minding my own. I got that. Okay. Well, I know that acknowledgement is a very important component in business, and how you make other people's feel. Can you touch a little bit more on how acknowledgement really can help you grow your business?
Absolutely. I mean, part of that really is making people feel valuable.
Mhm.
They have a million choices out there. I mean,
Sure.
clearly exaggerated, but they have several choices out there of who to choose.
Sure.
So, from an acknowledgement standpoint, I don't know that I've ever run into anybody that disliked being acknowledged.
Okay.
And especially for those of us who are business owners,
Mhm.
we don't have a community
Mhm.
that will naturally say, "Oh, great job. Oh, you did a wonderful job. Here's the specific way you helped me."
Uh-huh.
Unless the customers take the time to offer the feedback,
Uh-huh.
we don't have a community that creates that.
Mhm.
So if you're acknowledging your customers,
Mhm.
that gives them access to something that you don't naturally have, and you're creating the space for it.
Got it.
I mean,
Wow.
acknowledgement itself creates that feeling of, I make a difference,
Mhm.
and there's very little in the world better than that.
Oh, absolutely. How can we as people determine the very best time to write a card or give a thank you gift, or when is the best time to get that out?
That is a fabulous question, and it really depends on what your intention is. If you're sending out cards to touch
Mhm.
periodically, um, really what you want to do is think about what your sales cycle is.
Mhm.
I mean, if it's 3 months, or if it's 6 months, or if it's 2 weeks, you're going to be wanting to touch those people either more frequently or less frequently to keep them
Oh,
on the radar. So
okay.
that there's a variability there. But really, there are certain points at which it's very useful to be touching people.
Mhm.
If you have a long sales cycle, you have a long close period,
Mhm.
there are times within the process that it would be wonderful to acknowledge people. If at certain benchmarks in your process, if you've got a 3 or 4 month close period,
Mhm.
you don't have to wait until it finally closes to actually acknowledge, gee, I really appreciate you getting me that information, as quickly as you did,
Got it.
or, you went to the trouble of doing this extra. What Who isn't going to continue on with your process
Right.
if even within the process before you've even finished,
Got it.
you're
Yeah.
acknowledging people? But
Sure.
beyond that, from a holiday standpoint, Christmas cards, holiday cards, always good to send out
Mhm.
as long as you're being specific, and genuine in your sentiment. But you might choose a couple of other holidays
Mhm.
because, I don't ever remember getting a 4th of July card. I don't remember ever getting a St. Patrick's Day card. That kind of thing distinguishes you again from the pack.
Got it. Yeah, the Eskimo Pie Day card either. I never got one
No,
of those, right?
I didn't. No,
No, I
I got to
hear
get on
you.
that list.
Right? So I don't know. It just popped into my head. But I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, Paula, and you know, if I'm gonna, as a business owner, I'm taking time to acknowledge my clients, or maybe ways that they touched and inspired me. I don't know that I necessarily want to get my special acknowledgement lost in the bunches of Christmas or holiday greeting cards that come, because I want them to know that they matter and they're special and they're different.
Absolutely. I mean, because sometimes there's an expectation
Hmm.
that there should be a Christmas card
Hmm.
from someone I'm doing business with. You don't want to miss that opportunity,
Right.
but you can distinguish yourself from the pack in that particular holiday by being genuine and being an actual contribution to that particular person.
Got it.
But beyond that, couple more cards throughout the year for, if you capture data like anniversaries or birthdays, it's a
Mhm.
wonderful thing. Or if you just, choose, these 2 holidays that are, non-standard,
Mhm.
I'm going to send out some cards and just touch people.
Mhm.
But the really important part of that is knowing what your intention is. Because
Mhm.
I don't know if you've ever gotten these kinds of cards, but every once in a while I get a card from a business that, thank you for your business, which is lovely. Oh, but by the way, there's a sale going on, and you come down because it's a limited time offer only. And now I know they had no intention of thanking me for my business. They
Uh-huh.
wanted to sell me something else.
So it was a business card designed as a promotional item.
Absolutely. And you really
Okay.
want to be careful with blurring your intention like that,
Sure.
because the ultimate translation of that is, oh, you're trying to sell me something else, and I've just put aside your thank you for your business comment.
Mhm.
So if you're going to be thanking people and acknowledging people, you want to keep that solo. There should
Okay.
be nothing else in that space besides thank you.
I see.
So that I get that that's the only reason that you sent me that card. You want to thank me.
Right. Well, that's good. So there are do's and don'ts then in sending out any greeting card to anybody. And I'm going to touch on that when we come back. And we're just going to take a break and have a visit from our sponsor, Extreme Marketing Concepts. We'll be right back on All Your Business Radio Show. And welcome back. You are listening to Go Mind Your Business on All Your Business Radio, part of the Talk WAD network. My name is Terry Bork, and today my very special guest is Paula Bonnell with Aslite. At Extreme Marketing Concepts, we help put your business in front of the hungry herd of buyers who are looking for you right now. And if you know that you need to be doing something online and you're just not sure what that should be, give us a call. We can help have a conversation with you. We can help you get your business going, get your telephone ringing, and help you improve your business. Paula Bonnell is with Aslite Enterprises, and she creates beautiful, beautiful cards to capture a moment to help you grow your business. If you're looking to help grow your business, you can give her a call at 352 586 1626 or visit her website and see all of the beautiful cards and the amazing sayings that you have at www.aslite.com. Aslite is spelled ASLITE. Paula, welcome back to our program.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we're talking about the do's and don'ts of creating a great business card and getting that out to business owners. So what are some do's?
Okay. There's a couple of, just straightforward, really need to have them in there. You do need to be genuine
Mhm.
in the sentiment that you actually write in the card. You do actually need to have something to say beyond thank you for your business or happy holidays. You want to get specific with
Mhm.
the people that you're actually interacting with your
Okay.
customers or clients.
Got it.
Again, it doesn't have to be much,
Uh-huh.
but just some little personal touch so that they know the card is for them
Uh-huh.
as opposed to the masses.
Okay.
Those are two really big do's. You want to make sure that there is a return address that not only includes your name, but your company name
Mhm.
on the envelope.
On the envelope.
Yes, because some folk will sign their name and it's not recognizable.
Right.
It's a bunch of scribbles. So, I remember last Christmas, I got this beautiful card and somebody was very specific with me in terms of feedback. I couldn't read the signature and all I got was a P.O. box. So I have no idea who sent me that card.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I couldn't thank them. I couldn't acknowledge that. I couldn't, I sent a card back, but I had no idea who it was.
Oh my God.
So I was generic, thank you so much for the beautiful card.
Right.
Who are you?
Sure.
I,
Oh no, that's terrible. But I'm assuming that you never want to put your business card in an acknowledgement or an inspirational or an intentions card.
that would be a happy don't.
Oh,
Yes.
happy don't. Yeah. Well, I always kind of looked at that like, hey, I know that you're my client, but I know that your wife had a baby, and I want to acknowledge that and congratulate you both. But I don't want to put my business card in there, so I can put Terry Bork Extreme Marketing Concepts in the envelope on the envelope, so that it doesn't look like it's like, here's my card.
Yes. Well, and you can also have it, you can either have it embossed in the card, Terry
Mhm.
Bork Extreme Marketing Concepts,
Mhm.
or you can write it.
Okay.
I mean, you definitely want to identify you and your company as
Mhm.
having sent the card.
Okay.
But it's a question of either it should be written in the card so they know who you are,
Uh-huh.
or it should be on the return address.
Okay.
But, putting in a coupon or putting in a business card, that turns it into business as opposed to acknowledgement or thank you or happy holidays or Merry Christmas, what have you.
And then it changes the whole meaning and intent.
It certainly does.
Right. Okay. So obviously that's why we're talking about clear intentions.
Yeah, funny how that
Sweet.
works.
I know. That's fabulous. Okay. I like how that kind of comes together for me now. Is there a timeline for a thank you card? And if there is, what is that?
A great question.
Mhm.
Depending on what your intention is in terms of sending it out.
Mhm.
If you're sending it out to a client that's just become a client, you really want to do that on a very timely basis. The day after you sign the paperwork, even the day of, put it in the mail. So you want to you want to get that acknowledgement out immediately after whatever it is that you're acknowledging.
Okay. Great.
If it's more of a thinking of you or that kind of thing, you certainly want to be clear with your general timeline in terms of sales cycle.
Okay.
How many times do you want to touch each client?
Mhm.
And if so, what times of year would be a good time? Sometimes people will send out cards in the busiest time of their year and they can't follow up.
Okay.
They say, "Oh, thank you so much for your business. I really appreciate you as a customer." And then the customer you will now become the customer's top of mind,
Uh-huh.
and they'll need something. They pick up the phone. "Oh, I can't get to you for 4 weeks."
I got that. Okay.
So, your down season is a phenomenal time to be sending out just thinking of you, want to acknowledge you cards,
Mhm.
or, as you go through the year, if there's a birthday or an anniversary or something special
Got
to the
it.
customer.
Right. To me, I find holidays very confusing. I don't want to send the wrong religious type card to the wrong person. My favorite
Yes.
holiday has become Groundhog Day because it's politically correct.
Awesome.
Okay. So for me, that's my favorite holiday because then I don't offend anybody because it's like the most off the wall day. Nobody thinks anything other than, well, did he, or did Foxatani fail see or not see his shadow? And what does that really mean? Is it longer or shorter? And here in Florida, it really doesn't matter. It's just going to be hot, right? So, but I get that. But I can see how Pennsylvania folk would definitely want to know. And then anyway, we'll change the topic.
Well,
I'm
actually,
sorry about
that raises a really good point because sometimes you don't know.
Mhm.
How do you find out these personal little tidbits about your customers without
Right.
feeling like you're invading their privacy?
Well, exactly. It's not on my things I need to know form about your business,
Yeah.
So,
Well, and that's an interesting point too. If you do
Mhm.
have one of those, forms that you have people fill out to get a general sense of them, you
Mhm.
might include a few personal tidbits like, what hobbies do you pursue?
right.
That kind of thing. But if you don't have an intake form that looks like that, what you can do is either when you're actually transacting your first business with that person, take a look around the office.
Mhm.
I always try and make a point of going to the people that I'm
Right.
interacting with so that I can see
Hmm.
what's their environment look like? You know, do they have anything that's personal in their work environment? Typically, you'll see pictures. You might see awards. You might see evidence of a hobby. And as you're completing your transaction, you know, all you have to do is be a little curious. You know, oh, I see, you know, you've got a beautiful picture of a family on your desk. Is that yours?
Right.
Oh, yep. It's my wife or my husband, my 3 kids. And oh, he looks like a football player. Is he interested in sports?
Got it.
And
Oh, that's good.
people love to talk about themselves if you
Yes.
give them the in.
Yes, I know. We all love to talk about ourselves and our world. So
Exactly.
sure, I've never had anybody be upset because I asked them, you know, how was your weekend? You know, what did you wind up doing this weekend? Making it all about them.
Exactly. And then after the business is transacted, I'll get in the car and I'll take that 5 minutes as I'm sitting in the car in the parking lot, and I'll make myself a few notes.
Got it.
You know,
Okay.
Son Jason loves soccer, you know, what have you.
Got it. Okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense. You know, one of the things that I do like to do, Paula, is you know, I have a great referral base that I work with, and you know, I like to refer out my clients to my clients or to my friends. You know, and I want to do that as effectively as possible. Without being, you know, businessy, you know, tell them, hey, you know, I work with a lot of people. If you're looking for, you know, I can help you find a contact in whatever niche in cards, you know. So, you know, if you have a need to get that, then they know where to go. They can contact me. What's the best way to share, you know, maybe a list of referral partners that you work with other folks without seeming pushy or businessy?
I mean, really, questions are your best access. You know, after they've completed their transaction with you, you can ask them, you know, is there anything else I can help you with? Because on a regular basis, interact with a lot of, you know, business folk that I really respect, admire, and would refer in a heartbeat. And you know, now that, you know, you've become part of my business family, if you will,
Right.
I want to do everything I can to help you. So I wanted to let you know that I've got some resources. Is there anything that you're currently having issues with in your business that you might need a referral for?
Great. Okay. Well, perfect. That ties in really well. And you know, I know that we're all part of a network, BNI, which is an outstanding referral organization. So, you know, I like to refer out my referral partners and being able to share that with businesses that I'm working, so I can help my referral partners with people that I respect and love to work with. That I know will do a good job for them. I want to be able to share that, and a greeting card could be a really nice way to kind of help that, you know, let them know that I offer that.
Absolutely. Well, and
Okay.
Terry, you're exceptionally well networked anyway, so you'd be a great resource for anybody.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you. You know, but that goes along with, you know, what's appropriate, Paula. How many business cards, how many greeting cards should I send in a year? You know, yes, we talk about holidays, but is there a number that really helps to make an impact on a business owner without coming across as this crazy lady who's said, oh my gosh, it's January, you got to send a card. Oh, it's February, here she comes again. You know, I want it to be like it means something and it matters that I took time to think about you.
Absolutely. Well, and you really hit the nail on the head. There's gotta be something in you that triggers that, and it's gotta mean something.
Right.
If it's once a month, I gotta make the donuts kind of thing,
Right.
the cards aren't going to be meaningful because you won't have anything to say.
Sure.
So again, you want to look at your sales cycle. You know, what typically
got it.
is, you know, is it 3 months, 5 months, 7 months? Or if there's a buying season, you want to, you know, when are they in the looking zone? When are people typically in the looking zone in anticipation of that buying season?
Okay.
That's where, you know, and then maybe the cards go out a month before that.
Okay.
So, you know, as you know your business, you know when people need to actually start the transaction in order
got
to
it.
complete it.
Okay. So, you know, sending maybe, you know, 4 or 5 cards can be very effective throughout the year if you're acknowledging the right thing and not using it as anything other than truly acknowledging.
Exactly. Because just sending out a, hey, you know, thinking of you, you can do that once of the 4 or 5. But if you just keep doing that, you know, again, it's, you know, I could be sending that out to 2,000 people.
Sure.
It doesn't make me special.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what you want to communicate to your customer base.
Okay.
Each individual one of you is special to me, and let me tell you why.
I get it. Wow, that's amazing. So you don't necessarily have to have a niche market.
No,
No, it's just
no.
it's just, you know what, Paul, we had an amazing meeting today, and you said such and such, and it got me thinking, and I love that idea, and here's why, and blah 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 blah. And
Perfect.
you're going to get that, and you're going to go, oh my gosh, I had an impact on you. I added value.
Absolutely. You can even do that with phone calls. If
Mm-hmm.
somebody came up with something, you're following up with a customer and you got into a conversation and it created an idea or created a feeling for you, it's a wonderful opportunity to say, really thank you for spending the extra time with me on the phone.
Got it.
This is what I got out of it.
Got it. We're speaking with Paula Bonnell, president of Aslite Enterprises. Paula's located in Lecanto, and she services really the entire country. So, if you're looking for some greeting cards that are going to motivate and inspire your client base, or that you will have an impact with your clients or business partners, give her a call. She can really help you craft the perfect greeting card assortment that will really have an impact in your business. And you can do that with her by calling 352-586-1626 or visiting her website at www.aslite.com. So tell us about your website a little bit, Paula. How does it work?
Great. Basically, you have an opportunity to choose the image or the photograph.
Okay.
And again, there's a set of cards that I've actually matched.
Okay.
So there's a sentiment and a photograph. They're married. That's what we call standard cards.
Okay.
If you have a specific intention or you're very attached to either the photograph or the sentiment, you can do some mixing and matching.
Mm-hmm.
Love this photograph, would rather have this sentiment. Absolutely, very accommodated.
Okay, great. Now, you talked about postcards just a little earlier.
Mhm.
Are postcards also an availability to folks, or is it really a greeting card?
It's really the card.
Okay.
Because what we found was with the postcard, it gets a little beaten up in the
Okay.
mail.
Yeah.
So really the card protects
Okay.
the actual sentiment
Mm-hmm.
in addition to, preserving the
But
photograph.
I can see how that could happen too. You could get a little dog-eared or something from being pushed around in the mail.
Exactly.
You're taking all that time to create something magic for somebody, and you certainly don't want it to look terrible when it gets to their
No.
location. You want it
Or
to have
unreadable.
you want the right impact.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I so get that. Okay. Now, and you said that they can order one, or can they order, a bunch at the same time?
Actually, the minimum order quantity is 24.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Because again, with a business intention in mind,
Mhm.
chances are business owners are going to be looking for, more in the line of, say, 50 to 150, somewhere in there.
Got it.
The order quantity upside is, call me if you want more than 1,000.
Sure.
But yeah, 24 is the baseline.
Great. And is there a typical turnaround time that folks can expect their cards to come to them? Because these are actual physical products. These are not digital products.
Absolutely. Depending on the time of year,
Mhm.
anywhere from 7 to 14 days.
Okay, great. And knowing that it's around the holidays now, could be, mail is mail. So,
So
yeah.
true.
So, okay, great. But I think it would be really, to have an assortment at home or in your office that, because you never know when that one person is going to make an impact on you, and you can go like, oh, I want to share something. Let me see what I have in these great sayings that you have in your cards that I can use to inspire this person who touched my life.
In fact, that's an absolutely great point, because if you don't have it, you lose the you
Mhm.
lose the impetus.
Right.
What I do is I just carry around 6 or 7 cards in the car.
Uh-huh.
So if I've gotten out of a meeting that's particularly impactful, or I've had an interaction with somebody, I can actually do it on the spot.
Got it. Okay, well that makes a lot of sense to me. And again, n- folks can, really mix and match any saying with any card. Or if somebody has something that they really want to share with somebody, are you able to help work with them to come up with a saying that you think might be most effective for what they're experiencing?
Well, typically where the sentiments come from,
Mm-hmm.
I've self-published a couple of books.
Right.
And these are all reflective essays on different experiences and how, basically they're hopeful.
Uh-huh.
If this is the space you're in, not to worry, there's light at the end of your tunnel.
Sure, I got that.
And basically the sentiments that you find in the card are all excerpts from the 2 books. So they're all copyrighted, signed, sealed, and delivered, that sort of thing.
I got that.
But if there's a specific thing that you want to express to your clients or customers, certainly happy to walk you through that and help you get clarity around what it is you'd actually like to say.
Okay, I totally get that. I ask this of all my guests on my show, why Aslite versus any other company out there?
It's a great question. Aslite is unique in a couple of different ways.
Right, I get that too, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're not going to find these photographs anywhere else.
Right.
They're all mine.
Uh-huh.
You're not going to find the sentiments anywhere else. They're all mine.
Mhm.
So if you're looking for something unique, motivational, and inspirational with intent,
Mhm.
that's why I do what I do.
Sure. And you're just phenomenal. The sayings inside your cards are just beautiful. I know you spend so much time creating them or capturing the moment that you're experiencing. You must wake up in the morning and have all this stuff going on in your head. You have to write it down quick. Do you find when you're taking your pictures that something will pop into your head, like this would be a great thing to say with this picture?
Absolutely.
Yeah, is that how that happens
Yeah,
for you?
it didn't used to, but it does now.
Right, that's all part of being a creative genius,
Oh,
saying,
well.
oh my gosh. So you use how you're feeling maybe at the time when you're taking these pictures to come up with a beautiful verse that goes inside.
I do some journaling when I'm
Uh-huh.
traveling so
Okay.
that, I can recapture the moment, whatever space I'm in.
Right. Okay. And we talked about, I was sharing terribly the picture of the Grand Canyon that is gorgeous. She has some of these cards are amazing. There's Italy, Hawaii. Has there been any place that you've been, Paula, that has had such an impact on you, or is it all these places that you travel?
Every place is unique and different. I went over to England and visited Glastonbury, and
Uh-huh.
the tour was amazing. One of the pictures you're looking at, that's from Louisiana. I was
Okay.
in how do they say it? New Orleans.
Yeah, we're not from the South. We're
No,
from Florida.
so not. I'm adapting though.
Right.
Y'all.
Yeah, you really can't see it, but it's this picture. I don't even know how to hold it so that there's an angle that could work, but it's beautiful. It's like a Main Street type
Yeah.
of New Orleans.
Exactly.
Got it.
Hawaii's gorgeous.
Yes, you can't go wrong.
No, and there's a couple of pictures here locally from Tampa. I mean, I pretty much have a camera wherever I go because you never
Right.
know.
No, you do know. You want to capture all those special moments.
Absolutely.
So we've been speaking with Paula Bonnell, president of Aslite Enterprises. Again, you can reach her by calling 352-586-1626 or visiting her website at www.aslite.com. Again, these cards are available worldwide, and she's happy to help you craft the most appropriate sayings with the most appropriate cards for your clients and your customer base so that you can truly get your message out to whoever it is that you want to get your message out to. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Paula, it's been my pleasure to have you on our program today. What a great time. Our time together went so quickly. It really did.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, Terry. I had a great time.
Oh, it's been my pleasure. Again, her name is, Paula's name is Paula Bonnell, and she is the president of Aslite. And again, her number 352-586-1626. My name is Terry Bork. I am the owner of Extreme Marketing Concepts, where we help put your business in front of the hungry herd of buyers who are looking for you at the current time. Go Mind Your Business is part of the All Your Business radio show, and we are a proud part of the TalkWad radio network. Feel free to visit our other shows on the network by visiting talkwad.com. Thank you, everybody, for another amazing episode of Go Mind Your Business. We will be back next week with another exciting program. And until then, I invite you to go mind your business. Take care, everybody.
Thank you for listening to Go Mind Your Business with Terry Bork, presented by Extreme Marketing Concepts. If you want to drive more traffic, dominate the market, and crush your competition, find out how by visiting our website, www.extrememarketingconcepts.com. And join Terry next time for another episode of Go Mind Your Business.